This is taken from Bible Gateway, and we're not doing any copyright infringement because we're doing this for educational purposes. We're going to do 10 Commandments, and we're going to explain it from the New International Version. And this is from Exodus 20. We're doing this to educate people and to help them understand these historical documents, which were by Israel, and how can it be applied in the 21st century, not only for those who believe in God, but for those who don't. And God spoke all these words. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of the slavery. Which means God brought the people of Israel out of Egypt, where they were slaves for a long time, and they should be at least grateful. You shall have no other gods before me. In the gratitude, we also have to be grateful for what we have. We have many problems, but we also have to be grateful to all the blessings around us. Family, friends, nature, freedom, the beauty, and health. You shall have no other gods before me. People have had other gods. They could be the Baal, they could be devil, they could even be the devil downstairs, Baal downstairs. It could be sports. I love sports, and we have to do health, but we also cannot put sports before God. There's also other gods such as Hollywood celebrities that think they are God. There are even political figures who think they are God. And we have many of them here in New York, Hollywood, and in society in the United States and elsewhere. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above or on the earth beneath or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. These are in other words, no images, no bowing down to any images of any type. Could be inanimate, could be other idols, political idols like we have seen in other countries or even here, not even Hollywood idols who think they know everything, but in reality they're only taught to know their lines, nor any other directors or anything. Which means only go to God. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless. For the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses His name. Many times you're in a car accident or go riding around, or even there's some inconvenience, and you say something and then you regret it. Well, that should not be in the case of all of us. In addition, never you misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses His name. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your town. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. But He rested on the seventh day. Many people say Sunday is the day of rest, while at the same time as others say it could be Saturday. But there has to be a day of rest, not only to reflect on the beauty of the Lord, but also reflect on the fact that He created all of this that we have seen. Like in Genesis 1, when it was said, in the first day God created the heavens and earth. He created everything, created the universe, He created all the beauty that is around us, created animals, He created us. And on the seventh day, whether you believe it should be on a Saturday or on a Sunday, it's irrelevant. The important thing is that you have to have that day to reflect on God and reflect on everything, and then reflect on the family. And also thank God to your work. Honor your father and your mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Yes, you should be honoring your father and mother. At times, if you have an abusive father and abusive mother, yes, you have the right to say no, and you have the right to denounce them. But that does not mean that you should honor what they say. Take into account what they say, record it in your mind, and then make your decisions according to what you have, because you're given free will. You shall not murder. I do not want to, I always want to underline this a lot. Murder is killing and removing life. It is very weird that people are worried about, and I'm not saying they should be, you should be worried about all forms of life, even creatures. We should respect humanity and creatures, all of them, from the womb to the tomb. Because when we kill even the most indefensible fetus or indefensible eggs from turtles, chickens, and what have you, we eventually kill off the older people. And now we have a governor, vice governor in Texas, and other politicians, and even international organizations saying we should kill off the elderly. There should be no form of murder. The reason why I'm opposed to abortion is I'm also opposed to the death penalty. Life is sacred. Life must be respected. And we should not be allowing any society that kills their people is a society that will later on fall. You shall not commit adultery. Adultery is when a man, first things first. There's man and woman and man. Those are the only true pairs. This is not an opinion, it is a biological fact, and it's from the Bible as well. Taking that into account, adultery is when a man who is married goes and has sex or has other forms of extramarital relationships with significant others. The same with the woman and a man. But what about the other type of love? Well, the other type of love that can also destroy marriage. You're actually telling your partner or your wife or your husband that you're cheating on them and you're cheating on your family just simply for some thrills at the end. And it's also very pathetic that many stars in today's Western society, London, Rome, Spain, New York, Hollywood, Washington D.C., even actually flaunt their pairs. They flaunt their extramarital activities. This is something that is very disgraceful, and it is not. It's very, very, very wrong in all forms. Man, love your woman. Woman, love your man. You shall not steal. Oh, another thing about adultery. Remember, it's not just also the physical. Also, it's like having a look. Wow, how beautiful. Let me look at those curves. 26, 34, 26, or 36, 24, 36. Wow, very, very, very beautiful. Wow. Or even looking at photos with lust. This is seen in everywhere, even in churches. This has to stop. Pray and support your pair. If you can't, go elsewhere. I don't believe in divorce except in cases of domestic violence and also in the cases of adultery. Because in adultery you have broken the trust in the relationship. And don't marry unless you are sure that you have the person. You shall not steal. It's not just only robbing food or robbing clothes or hoarding toilet paper. It is also when political parties or governments take from those that do not belong to them, using legal instruments. This is not good. This is not good for anybody. And stealing just because you want something doesn't help the situation. But we will give to that. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Which means if you know something, check if it's true before you start the ignition switch on your brain. Take a look. If it's true, is it true? If it's true, fine, say it. If it's not true, shut up. Shut up. Okay, the same thing as you shall not steal, and you shall not murder, and you shall not commit adultery. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male or female servant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Instead of looking like what your neighbor has, do something about it. Get it yourself. If you want a product, work hard and get the money for it. If you want a wife like your neighbors, or even better, go and pray for one. And try to be a man. If you're a woman, try to be a woman and help yourself. Make yourself a better person, so you could get that significant other. And I'm not talking about money-wise, because you could have all the money in the world, all the degrees in the world, and you could become you could be a terrible person in the inside. Work on your inside, work on your salvation, work on getting yourself better, and the rest will come to you. If not, forget it. When the people saw the thunder and lightning and heard the trumpet and saw the mountain in smoke, they trembled with fear. They stayed at a distance and said, Moses, speak to us yourself and we will listen. But do not have God to speak to us or we will die. And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. God has come to test you so that the fear of God will be with you to keep you from sinning. The people remained at a distance while Moses approached the thick darkness where God was. These were the 10 Commandments, and these 10 Commandments are necessary and they should be obeyed. Because, again, when a society does not obey the 10 Commandments, the consequences follow. We're now seeing consequences of immorality, of adultery, broken homes, broken marriages, people who are hurting. This doesn't have to be. It's just simply take a look at the Bible. Read the Bible. These are the words given by God. And in addition to the words being given by God, take a look at it, study, look at the reason why they have been done. Do it for yourself, to make yourself a better person. If you're not a believer, we're not saying we're not going to force you to read the Bible or look at God. If you're not a believer, if you decide to go to the Bible and to God, congratulations. But if you don't believe, try to find a way to make yourself a better person. Try to remove all of the negativity, the frustrations that you have. We're going to have frustrations. We're going to be really angry at ourselves. But please, please, don't do anything to hurt yourself or anything. Just try to make yourself a better person. If you want something, instead of coveting your neighbor's house, your neighbor's garden, your neighbor's wife, or your neighbor's possessions, or if you want to live where your neighbor lives, because you don't like the place because the place looks like a banana republic, do something. Get out of the place where you lived that you didn't like, and move to the new place. After you save up money, worked hard, or just move from one place to another until you reach your final destination, and work here and there. There are many areas where you could work and still enjoy. The rest is the rest. The rest is the rest. That's all I could say. And in addition to all that I could say, the rest, as I could say, is the rest. Do something. Make yourself a better person. Remove all that you had that is terrible and make yourself whole. This was from the Americana Bistro Grill. We're not having artists, but when we do have artists, we will be interviewing them. But in the meanwhile, we're going to be having these Bible studies. I'm not going to say that I'm a pastor. I am not a pastor. I haven't studied anything or doctored divinity. It's just I read the Bible. I've read some of the commandments, and I think that some of them could apply to our daily lives. And in applying so to our daily lives, we could do a lot better, with the intent of having peace, or at least increasing the chance of peace. For the Americana Bistro Grill, this is Roberto Alvarez-Galloso. Peace in, peace out, and peace everywhere. And may God bless. Until the next time.